the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world. You could beat the world.
Another motivational video for today. I made a goal to continue to do motivational videos every single day. And I measured it out. And one of those days, I missed my motivational video that night. And I should have posted it. And I did. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that every night, at least before 10 o'clock, a video will be posted. And that way I keep with my goal. And then I can measure my success. And I can continue to improve upon that and change the times and make sure that they're in the mornings. You know, I'll make the goal right now is that I want to get it done by at least 10 o'clock. But anyway, so one of the things that I want to talk about tonight is, we always talk about your dreams and your goals, obviously. But how far are you willing to go to achieve those? How far are you willing to go to achieve happiness? It's funny because everybody talks about happiness. Oh, I want to be happy. I want to be filled with joy. I don't feel good. I'm sad. I'm depressed. That's funny because you allow yourself to be depressed. You allow yourself to be unhappy. And you're like, what are you talking about? I don't allow myself to do that. I just am unhappy. No, there's certain things in your life that you want to change and that you want to be different, but you don't do shit about it. All right? For example, I can't tell you how many people are like, oh man, my relationship is horrible. You know, I can't believe, why does this happen to me? Oh, you know, it's like, all right. You already understand that the person is not good for you, obviously, because you have talked about it over and over and over and over. I understand. It sucks. It's hard. But how much do you want to be happy? How important is that? Because if something is really important in your life, I want to get this straight right now. If something is really important in your life, you will do everything that it takes to get that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will do everything and anything that it takes to get that. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know, they say that they want something, but they're not willing to do whatever it takes. They're afraid. They're scared. They're so afraid that I don't know what's going to happen next, or I might lose this person. You already know that the person doesn't love you. You already know. But you continue to put yourself into that situation. You continue to sit in a spot that you know is not right for you, and then you bitch about it and complain about it, and you don't do anything about it. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever been homeless, or if anyone's ever been to the point where they've lost everything and hit rock bottom. From rock bottom, you only have two choices. One is to give up, and a lot of people do. They give up. They go back to drugs. They go back to whatever's easy, and they continue to do that over and over and over and over and over. You know, that probably within their 20s, maybe even early teens, until they're late in their 60s, and it's already too late. It's too late to go back. You don't get that time back. And you know what? Maybe you hurt. Maybe you were depressed. Maybe it was hard, or whatever. And I understand that if it's hard, you know, you're sad, you got pain. But pain is not going to kill you. In fact, the more you learn to deal with that pain in a positive way, the less pain that you feel. Now, in the beginning, yeah, there's going to be pain. It's going to hurt because you're not used to dealing with the pain. Instead, you're used to, you know, escaping the pain or running away from the pain. But when you see it head on and you face it and you tackle that pain, eventually it gets less and less. Eventually it gets easier to deal with. So that's why I said in the beginning, how much are you willing to give? How much do you want to be happy? How much do you want something, your dream and your desire? How much do you desire it? And are you willing to go the distance? Are you willing to give up everything in your life to get what it is that you want? You want to be happy? You want to have a good relationship? Get rid of the stupid son of a bitch that you're with right now. Easy. You work on yourself. You set boundaries and goals in a relationship as to what it is that you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. You make sure that your shit's in line first, and then you find a relationship to get into. What you do not do is you sit in a place that you hate and that you don't even want to be in the first place and continue to allow yourself to get beat upon until, you're 50 years old or you're 60 years old, and then you decide, oh, it's already too late. I've wasted too much of my time. You don't do that, all right? For those of you that have goals, that are hungry, that want to achieve something in your life, whatever it is, maybe it's something like losing weight, maybe it's getting healthy, maybe it's getting your degree, maybe it's getting a better job, or maybe it's following a dream or a passion. If you want it, you've got to be willing to give it all. All. Have you ever been so exhausted that you cannot take another step? Have you ever been that exhausted? So exhausted that you can't open your eyes, that you can't move, that every single fiber in your being hurts and it is in pain. At that time, you have to continue to keep going. And that's what it's going to require to get to your dreams or your goals, to get a good relationship or whatever it is. You have to push through the pain. You got to give everything in your soul, everything in your being. Not just a little bit or, I'm going to give a lot. But no, you have to give everything. And you have to exhaust yourself. And you have to continue to do more and more and more, because that's what it takes. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes endurance. And most of all, it takes perseverance. It takes courage. Because you know what? A lot of us fear the things that we want. We fear getting rid of things in our life that are negative for us. We're so used to running away as opposed to fighting the problem. We just turn and run away. We escape it somehow. We drink, we do drugs, we exercise too much, we get lost in a book. We escape our problems. We can't do that anymore. If you want to be successful, if you want to be someone that is confident and has the ability to move forward in their life and get the things that you want, you cannot run away from your problems. It's time to face them. Every single day, you need to tell yourself that this is why I'm doing something. And that I am going to give every single fiber in my being past the point of exhaustion to get what it is that I want. I'm not going to allow people to hurt me. I'm not going to allow continued failure in the same area and not learn anything from my past failures. I'm not going to continue to end up in the same spot. I'm not going to continue to run away from my problems. There's a lot of people out there, maybe you've got kids, and you keep screwing up, and your kids are just taken out of your life. You don't get to see them. Are you going to get your shit together? Because there's people that are counting on you in your life. There are people that are counting on you. And while you're off in some fucking la-la land, these people that need you, especially if you've got kids, and these kids that need you and you're not doing a fucking thing, it's time to get it together. That better be your fucking driving force from now on. Find it inside you to push past those things. How much do you want something? You have it in you. Every one of us, every single one of us has it in us to be great, to do astounding things. We have this power that we don't understand that we have. And a lot of us are so self-conscious, or we don't believe in it, or we think that it's crazy. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that think I'm crazy. Well, maybe I am. But you know what? My craziness doesn't mean that I'm psychotic. There's a difference between crazy and psychotic. Crazy is, you know what? I'm crazy enough to do it. I'm crazy enough to say that I'm not going to stop at this point, and that's going to be okay for me. Are you willing to go the distance to get what it is that you want? You have the power inside you. In the Bible, it says to believe. We already talked about that. To believe and not to doubt. Because when you doubt, your whole being just gets drained. Your soul's gone. And when you think that you can't, and when you believe that you can't, then you can't. That's why you have to see it. You have to know that right now, in this time that we're in, that you have the ability to make it to where you want to be. That you are doing it right now. You can't think about not being able to. Can't shouldn't even be a part of your vocabulary. You're either if I don't or if I do. You know, for the people that have been homeless, if I don't work, if I don't get a job, if I don't get up right now, I'm probably not going to eat. I'm going to be hungry. Why do you think there's so many people on the streets with signs? Because they're starving. You ever been homeless, you're probably going to understand that it gets, number one, lonely. It gets cold. You get starving. You don't have anything. But you know what? That's a motivation for some people. For some people, they're going to be like, if I don't do this, I ain't going to eat. So fuck that. I'm going to get my shit together. I don't care if I got to go into Walmart every single day and take a shower in there so I can get 2 jobs, or get enough money so I can get a gym membership just so I can take a shower and then go to my work. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my life back on track. And that's what it's going to take for any dream that you have. You can't say can't. Can't shouldn't even be in your vocabulary. It should be I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get it done, and there is no one that's going to stop me or nothing that's going to get in my way. And you have to have your eyes on the prize. You have to see what it is that you want. There's a lot of people out there who, a lot of veterans who've gotten their limbs blown off that said, you know what, you'll never walk again. But I guarantee those people looked inside of them and said, you know what, fuck you, Doc. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to get my ass up. I'm going to walk every single day. And that shit wasn't easy for a lot of them, I bet. For a lot of them, I bet every single step, every time they got up or sat up, it was painful and it hurt. But you know what? Their drive and their passion is what caused them to walk again. It's what caused people with cancer who said, you know what? You only got a couple months left to live. And they said, fuck that. I'm not dying today. I am going to live. And you know what? They fought. But for other people that give up and that say, you know what? I'm not going to live. They end up dying. So today, when you think about everything that you want to do and that you want to be, maybe you want to get into a new relationship, maybe you want to get rid of your old relationship, maybe you want to start going to the gym. You can't half-ass it. You can't look at the cost. You got to say, you know what? If I want this, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. If I've got to go to the gym 3 times a day and run, and do push-ups and sit-ups and whatever else, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And you don't count the cost. You keep your eyes focused. Now, for all of my friends out there who are watching this video, for the people that need motivation, now is the time to make that decision. You have it in you. You have the ability to do whatever it is that you want. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Don't keep making the same mistakes again over and over and over. It's time to grow today. Not tomorrow. Not a week from now. Not a year from now. Today. I love you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making these videos. But you know what? I'm going to keep making them. Whether people like them or they don't like them. I don't give a fuck. Because I care about the people that I know that are in my life. And I want them to succeed. So you push yourself. You don't give up. Shit's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. Expect the pain. Learn to love the pain. Because every time you feel pain is a moment in your life where you are growing. So you ask and you pray for the pain. You pray for it to come as hard as it can. Because if there is no pain, there is no gain. Do you understand? Let's do this shit.